Let's take a look back at the 2015 Hot Wheels Heritage Mix 1 Real Riders. So back in 2015, Hot Wheels did this thing called Hot Wheels Heritage, which is basically like car culture is now. And every other mix, it was between two mixes. There were 6 mixes throughout the year. 3 of them were real riders, and 3 of them were redline mixes. And they would alternate. So if mix 1 was real riders and mix 2 was redliners, then 3 would go back to real riders, mix 4 would go back to redlines, and so on and so forth. They did that for 6 mixes. And this is the only mix I have, because they weren't really widely available in my town. I actually got all of these in a city that's about an hour away from me. And without further ado, let's take a look at them. The first car in the mix is the Bubble Gunner. This was originally a casting that was made in the 70s and got discontinued around the early 80s. Here it is with 5-spoke real riders. At the time, this was my favorite in the set because of the love the yellow. But I've grown to appreciate those Datsuns in behind that we'll take a look at here in a bit. But a very nice casting. And I opened all of my cars up at this time, even Supers. And it really wasn't until recently that I started keeping stuff in package. And I've been doing this for almost 8 years. Next up, we have the Altered Ego, which was a brand new model the year prior in 2014 in red. And this one came out in brown. And it really just looks like a really cool car. This isn't one we really see all that often in the mainline multi-packs or really released at all. And it has a really cool like rat rod vibe that I get off of this. And there it is, the big thick 5 spokes and the regular 5 spokes in the front. Very cool casting nonetheless. And our third one we're going to take a look at is a fan favorite. It is the Datsun Bluebird 510 in pearl. And this was really easy to find at the time, but I guarantee you now, if they were to bring this set back, if this set would have came out like 2018 or newer, I guarantee you this thing would not be as easy as it is. Brand new model in 2009. It came out in blue. And here it is in a beautiful white with the red real riders. And even back then, I really appreciated this casting. This one was probably my second favorite in the entire set. But now it is definitely my favorite. Just to so that way I can appreciate the 510 a little bit more. Alright, the fourth car in the set is another Datsun. This one's the 240Z. And this probably would have been the other hard one to find in the set. You always get the rest of them being like peg warmers, but these would have been the 2 that would have been scalped like crazy if this set was released recently. And like I tell you, Hot Wheels never used to have the demand that they do now. A lot of people just began, I hate to say it, but bandwagoning into the hobby, I want to call it. But this is mostly referring to the scalpers. Like, a bunch of scalpers began bandwagoning in 2018 or newer. Like, I don't mind seeing new collectors in, as long as they're actual collectors. But the scalpers realized there was a market in this, and unfortunately it's a business. But anyways, before I go ranting on more, this one's a really nice casting. Have the nice 240Z special livery on the side. Even those disc real riders look really cool. And it was on a Super of the 77 Dodge Van and Moon Eyes livery. And just overall another spectacular casting and a really cool mix. The fifth car in the set was the Hair Splitter, a car that came out from around the 80s. This one has an opening hood, so we'll take advantage of that. This one was around from the 80s. I think this one got discontinued around 1983-ish. I think this one has the PR5 Rail Riders. No, this one has 5 spokes as well. But actually, I can't tell what those are from what I'm looking at on the camera, but a very cool casting. The hood opens on this one, and this was one I could appreciate at its time too because of the hood. And actually, there's some decent detailing even within that metal. And the last car in the set is the custom Chevy sports wagon. And this is a really cool drag looking vehicle. And wow, this one has the surfboards on the hood, on the roof, and nice back detail in the metal. I know I gotta dust these things. I just brought them out, and I gotta just start dusting my cars a little bit more. But we got this guy, and this one's a really cool one. And this set was a very underrated set. And this is the last car in the set. They would release 6 cars in each of the Hot Wheels Heritage mixes. I wish they would do this again, to be honest with you, because it'd be really cool to see. Just unfortunate with the scalpers that are in it. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this showcase of a vintage Real Riders set from Car Culture around 2015. And if I can find some more of my completed sets, I'll definitely show those off as well, to just teach some of our new actual collectors that are in this for the cars about some of the older sets that came out a while ago. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Happy hunting and stay safe.